We're here at San Mamés for Barca's training session ahead of the Women's Champions League final. The Blaugrana take on Olympique Lyonnais on Saturday night. Biggest game of the season for the Barca women against opposition who've beaten them on 2 occasions at this stage of the competition. They're hoping to make it third time a charm and take that historic quadruple, having already won the Supercopa, the league, and last weekend the Copa de la Reina. Game will take place on Saturday. We'll run through the training session, which will have the rare treat of a full training session. Not just the first 15 minutes of this one will be broadcast in its entirety. Barca, of course, the reigning champions. They are taking on the club who have proved to be their nemesis in the Champions League. 8 times winners, Olympique Lyonnais. 2 of Olympique Lyonnais' last 3 such trophies have come against Barcelona. They won 4-1 in the final in Budapest 5 years ago, 3-1 as underdogs in the 2022 Turin showpiece. He also beat Barca both home and away in the 2017-2018 quarterfinals. That was the last time Barca failed to reach at least the semi-final stage. Well, we will, of course, get things underway with the rondos. Something of a Barca tradition. Such an integral part of the Barca playing style as well. Barca will come into this game off the back of victory in the Copa de la Reina. That comprehensive triumph against Real Sociedad last weekend, giving them their 3rd trophy of the season. As for Olympique Lyonnais, this their 11th final overall. Nobody has reached as many finals as them. All of them have come since 2010. Barca have made it to their 4th Champions League final in a row. A 5th in 6 seasons. They have prevailed twice so far. They beat Chelsea 4-0 in Gothenburg in 2021. They battled back from 2-0 down at half-time last year to edge Wolfsburg 3-2 in Eindhoven. See amongst the players training, Caroline Graham-Hansen and Aitana Bonmati were both speaking in the press conference ahead of this session. They have said that the focus is fully on this competition tomorrow. The onus is on winning. They have learned to enjoy these occasions, but winning is an absolute priority for them to make history in the women's game. It will be a first ever quadruple for a Spanish side. To get this far, Barca strolled through their group. They were the only team to finish first in their section in all 3 seasons under this format. And beat Bran before proving that they had a few comebacks in them as well. They overcame a 1-0 home loss to Chelsea in the semi-final, winning 2-0 at Stamford Bridge and booking their ticket for this final in Bilbao. Next drill on the way. It's one that we saw last weekend ahead of the game that took place at La Romareda in Zaragoza. Another combination passing drill with a shot involved as well. Amapi Leon is a long-term absentee. She has travelled with the side. She travelled to La Romareda as well, was named in the squad, but in the end did not take a position on the bench. Also a special occasion for Barça coach Jonathan Giraldez. He's of course on his way come the end of the season. This is the last opportunity to win a trophy for him. Previous winner of this competition. He's done a great job with the Barca women. He's on his way to Washington Spirit in the United States come the end of this term. We've got a couple more league games to come after the final, but this is the final big occasion for Giraldez to leave on even more of a high. Giraldez will be pitting his wits against Lyon's Sonia Bonpastor. 2 years ago, she masterminded the victory against Barça that made her the first person to win this competition, both as a player and head coach. In terms of form for Olympique Lyonnais, they've reached Bilbao unbeaten. Drew twice in the group stage, but beat both Benfica and PSG home and away in the knockout phase. They turned around a 2-0 deficit against their fellow French side within 10 minutes remaining at home. 1-3-2 in that comeback. It was absolutely incredible, even swifter than that which Barca managed in last year's final against PSG. So we move on to the next training drill for the Blaugrana. Both of these teams lifted trophies last week. Lyon beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1 in the French League playoff final, a different format to the French League competition. Barça, as we said, bested Real Sociedad 8-0 to clinch the Copa de la Reina. Alexia Putellas in another Champions League final. One of the big stars of this Barca side. She's been used off the bench in the last couple of games. The neutrals have Barca down as favourites for the final. There has been a narrative that this could be a changing of the guard. Lyon, typically a historically great side in the Champions League, as record-breaking winners. And Barca have their own pedigree as well, make no bones about it. Well, we'll see if Mapillon has a role to play in tomorrow's game. That's been a frustrating injury for the 28-year-old. Just about to turn 29 in under a month's time. Leon has been named in the Barca squad. She's expected to be cleared by the medical team. Could be included if Jonathan Giraldez believes it is a good idea. She's been inactive for several months. Suffered a tear in the external meniscus of her right knee during training on December 8th. Which did require surgery. It's typically a Barca side that's been plagued by injuries. He has almost a full squad at his disposal. So we continue with the rondos. So another change of drill for the Barca players. A lot of focus on Mapi Leon after so long out. We've just seen Aitana Bonmati, who scored 5 goals in the Champions League this season. Lyon's Kadadiatou Diana, the competition's top scorer with 8. Barca, in this game, the opportunity to retain their crown and become only the 3rd club to win the competition 3 times. Lyon chasing a 9th such trophy for their particular record. Fourth straight final, 5th in 6 years for Barca. Lyon in the final for an 11th time. Knocked out by Chelsea in the quarterfinals last year, and it looks like we've got an injury that has brought a halt to training. A slightly worrying sign. We were just saying how the Barca squad almost complete, especially if Mapi Leon is back. But there has been a collision of sorts here. Mapi Leon involved. Another Barca player is still down.
¿Quién es? No la veo. Es que no la veo, me pasa igual. Patri. No, la Patri está derecha. No, claro, digo Patri. ¿Quién es? Lucía, gracias.
That's Lucia was involved in the collision. I can see there what happened.
Mira, en un moment delicat, perquè som molt a prop dels equips que fan les jugadores del Barça, que són de fons, i han rebut un cop de pilota Lucía, que està dormida a terra, va estar mirant la metge, i també Mapi León, que està participant amb intensitat en aquest entrenament.
A rather nasty collision.
Lucía encara està també, ha quedat com condicionada a terra, i encara és estirada a terra, on la tenen
Both women will just sit out for the time being. The sessions they're checked upon.
Sí, s'assegura sobre d'una nevera, però la sensació és que Mapi s'ha recuperat una mica abans.
The training session continues. It is Lucia Corrales who took a knock. Just wait for the players to be checked up on. Lucia Corrales, the 18-year-old. Participated most recently in the game against Athletic Club on 10th of May. She's been patched up there. 9 games in the top flight. This is just the 1 assist.
Sí, i Lucía ara és a prop seu, a veure si la recuperen, ara Lucía riu, per tant, en principi, recuperada, veurem què passa amb Mapi.
So Mapi Lyon still with the ice after that clash of heads. Just trying to reduce the swelling. It's another setback for her. Lucia Corrales, one of the pioneers at La Masia, one of the first youth team players to reside in the Barça training facility. Player from the Balearics. Scored a goal that got Spain through to the final of the World Cup. She consults with Mapi Lyon. It's a heavy collision between the two. So a pause in proceedings. Get back underway with more training drills. Just see Mapi Lyon's forehead beginning to swell. A hematoma there is beginning to form. That's going to be the big news from this training session as we move on to the crossing drills. Lexi Botez taking her spot in the middle. That will be struck at the back post. Got the goalkeepers in place. Of course, Sandra Paños played in the Copa de la Reina final. It might be Katakoyu features between the sticks tomorrow, though. So a variety of drills to get the players ready. Jonathan Giraldes was saying the team were excited about the training session, excited about getting ready for tomorrow's game. He feels that their side have been in great form in recent weeks. Stadium San Mamés, around about 12 years old. Athletic club moving across from the previous San Mamés Stadium, which was one of the oldest in Spain. Historic ground already. It's got plenty of tradition about it, and of course features top flight football for one of the sides who've never been relegated from the top flight in Spanish men's football. So more crossing drills. That back heel goes just wide. So we'll have another switch of drills. Barca players will be getting everything prepared for tomorrow's game. Giraldes has said he's fine-tuned things that maybe a couple of years ago they didn't get right. All sorts of drills. This crossing and heading drill. So game tomorrow taking place at 6 o'clock local time. Barca have been pegged as the favourites. The Blaugrana know that Lyon, one of the most difficult sides to face. They know that from experience. Jonathan Giraldes had said that he believes that the two teams who reach the final are the two best in the world. A sentiment that Bonmati agreed with. So we keep the drills going here at San Mamés. It's going to be a nice playing surface. Hasn't been too wet or indeed too dry in recent weeks. Should be just about perfect conditions. Athletic Club played their last game at home in La Liga EA Sports last week. Did feature goals for the departing Raul Garcia and Iker Muniain. Since then, a week to rejuvenate the turf, get the playing surface perfect for what is the biggest game of Barca and Olympique Lyonnais' seasons. Gatagoy set to play in goal for this final. Sandro Paños, who's departing at the end of the season as well, got the nod in the Copa de la Reina final. Multiple-time Ballon d'Or winner Alexia Putellas could add another trophy to her cabinet tomorrow. The coaching staff preparing a mini game. And these Barca players at times split into different groups. They've all got minutes in recent weeks as Jonathan Giraldes has finally got the majority of his players back available. Plenty of rotation, especially since the game against Granada when they clinched the league title. So let's see what kind of drill is being prepared. Olympique Lyonnais is still applying the ice to what may be a golf ball-sized hematoma on her head. So there's a mini game showing off some shooting and passing drills. Very fast turnaround. It's focusing on transitions as well, on those fast breaks. Ball to cross, that's the kind of finish we've seen from Barça as of late. Barça absolutely devastating going forward. They've been high scorers in recent weeks. Absolute dominant force in the Women's League. And you can see the one goal in the Copa de la Reina. Defensive solidity is going to be important. They've said in the press conference, these Barca players, that they feel more prepared to come back from behind, especially given the recent comebacks they had, such as against Chelsea and Wolfsburg. So this attacking drill being used for the 2-on-2 situations. Also a chance to get some goalkeeping practice in for Panya Sunkoi. Olympique Lyonnais is still sitting out. Lucia, however, has been back undertaking the drills. Barca potentially just 90 minutes of football away from making history. They would be the first Spanish side to win a quadruple. Things have really been intensifying in recent weeks. Since the title in the league, then the Copa de la Reina, just a week on, you get that chance to once again become Champions League winners, retaining the crown. We're seeing again some of the goalkeeping prowess of Catacu and Sandra Paños. As we continue with this hour-long training session, just around about halfway through, it's an opportunity to get a feel for the pitch as well. Not too often you get the opportunity to train at the venue of the final ahead of it. Well, we will see if any tactical drills are run through. It certainly would be giving the game away somewhat to Olympique Lyonnais. Have to wonder if the Barça coaching staff watched Lyon's session earlier today. Might give some hints on the way that they're going to play tomorrow. Was in that fast transition. No sooner has the ball gone into the net and we get another breakaway. Plenty of press coverage of this Champions League final. Also great travelling support. There'll be over 40,000 fans in attendance at San Mamés tomorrow. There's a great turnout for the Copa de la Reina. And the Barca players did say that this game is going to have a 12th player of sorts in the form of the fans in attendance. Well, the cameras again focusing in on Alexia Putellas, one of the top attacking players for Barca in their history. It is covering a distance of around about 30 meters. Just that quick transition from defense to attack. A few of these Barca players, it is the first final of the Champions League. there is a great majority of these Barca players did feature last year in some capacity, even if it was as an unused sub. So the training drills continue. We'll probably have a switch to another one in a couple of minutes. Of course, being Barca, start off with the rondos. It's the basis of everything that Barca do. And these attacking drills, we've had some crosses coming in as well. Cutting in from the right wing has been a really positive move for Barca in recent games. Especially saw that against Granada. A lot of the goals came from that kind of position. Still being worked around. This Category trying to get involved. And Olympique is still withdrawn from the session. Maybe a concussion protocol. You can never be too careful with these clashes of heads. And it looks as if the ice has reduced the swelling somewhat, which is maybe a surprise inclusion in the travelling squad today. That knock is not going to help her cause any. Players take on some fluids before another drill. The goal is moved out of the way. And we'll see what the next drill is for these Barca players. I have a big game in less than 24 hours' time. So another goal being set up. Sama Paraguaya, one of the top goal scorers in the league. Young player who is a great attacking contributor for this Barca side. So the markers have been drawn out. We'll have another mini game of sorts. There's Patry, another key part of this Barca side, playing in the midfield. These Barca players receiving with the back to goal. It's the turn and pass that seems to be being worked on by Jonathan Giraldez' side. There's a swift turnaround in all of these training drills. On the eve of a final, it is important to keep the intensity down somewhat. No overexertion required, no injuries, of course, are required. We had a bit of a scare with Mapi Leon. So Mapi Leon might get involved again now. He sat out the last quarter hour or so. Who knows, perhaps the plan wasn't even to have her involved in every drill. Remember, she's coming back from a long-term meniscus injury. Coming up to the last quarter hour or so of this Barca training session.
That's always what she does. Like very few smiling pictures of her. I have one from the
Well, Kira's on the close marking and passing out of danger. So we'll have a switch out. Several players will change over this drill. Coming in 3-minute spurts. Just want to get pace going as well. It's not just technically excellent, also very dynamic, fast-moving side. Ball hit with some force. You get the drill going again. Barca on the cusp perhaps of making history. The quadruple hangs in the balance. They will see this season as a success. With the 3 trophies won already, but the Champions League is something special. This drill all about turning under close marking. So we're going to change when Sandra Paños goes out after the next goal. All 3 goalkeepers being put through their paces. There's Mapi Leon, she's all smiles now. The wrong side really to get a look at whether the lump on her forehead has gone down slightly. So we'll have a change of goalkeeper. Just get this session into its final quarter hour, so we keep moving. So Barça up against these giants from Lyon. They are still the favourites, though. Yes, Barca side have been spoiling us with 4 Champions League finals in a row, 5 in 6 years. 2 trophies so far. They're targeting a 3rd. Barca would be 3rd for most trophies won if they did that. Currently tied on 2 with Wolfsburg, Umeå and Potsdam. 3rd win would take them into 3rd place outright. Just 1 behind Frankfurt with 4. And behind Olympique Lyonnais themselves, who have 8. Lyon have run out winners in the 4 competitive games to date. 2 of those were finals. This is also a 3rd final on Spanish soil. San Mamés hosts the 3rd Women's Champions League final played in Spain. 2010 final played at Getafe Stadium, the Coliseum. The pandemic-affected 2020 season finale held at the Real Arena, Real Sociedad's ground, just across the way from here. Official confirmation for tomorrow that the seats have been sold out. It will be a full house, 53,289. That will be some going. It'll be some going for Jonathan Giraldez as well, since taking over at Barca Women in July of 2021. He's been an ever-present in Champions League finals. Equals the record for consecutive finals reached by a coach. Led his side to the finale in Turin in 2022, Eindhoven in 2023, now Bilbao in 2024. So we'll have another change in perhaps the personnel rather than the drill itself. Have the goalkeepers rotator. We've not had much in the way of confirmation as to who will be playing tomorrow. Geraldus will be keeping his cards close to his chest. Cutback, something we've seen frequently from Barça as of late. This Barça side have had the most possession, best pass accuracy, most clean sheets in the competition this season. Out in front in the attacking metrics. No fewer than 5 players making the top 10 for attacking creativity. Aitana with 74. Graham with 70. Mariona with 66. For Lyon, their squad includes the competition's all-time top goal scorer, Ada Hegerberg. It's away just wide. Here's Alexia Putellas on the ball, showing her skills with the cutback. Had a great presence from international press this week. We've seen some Dutch journalists who've travelled, and Norwegian as well, to cover the likes of Graham Hansen. Lovely bit of passing play. We've had this drill for around about 10-15 minutes. It's all about the close control. There will be some close marking from Olympique Lyonnais, who will look to stifle Barça. So it comes the end of that particular drill. Maybe a rotation in personnel again. terms of individual honours, Alexia Puteas would win her 30th trophy as a Blaugrana, the most among the squad. It would mean that for Barca as a whole, it would have been the 47th Premier European Club trophy won by the professional sports teams.
I don't think you did anything serious.
And Patrick Guijarro was talking ahead of this game. It will be her 23rd trophy as a Blaugrana. She's reached 300 appearances for the team so far in 9 seasons at the club. So we get a huddle here. There might be another drill to come. We've had an hour of this session at San Mamés. Patrick Guijarro said ahead of this game that it would be absolutely incredible to win it, especially doing so in Bilbao. So it looks like maybe a motivational team talk. We'll see who leads it. Several candidates, several influential figures in this Barca side. So Jonathan Giraldez, some last-minute motivational ideas for his squad. We'll have more than 10 hours of coverage on Barca 1 of the final tomorrow.
We have been found on the broadcast. We're on the broadcast. Yeah, both are. See next to me. Oh yeah, next to you. Yeah, I'm like, where I'm looking.
So we can't quite listen in to what the Barca coach is saying. However, we did hear from him in the press conference saying how important this game is. He said that one game doesn't define a season, but it certainly would have a big impact on how this Barca side are seen. So the final words from the coach. And these players will be up against Olympique Lyonnais tomorrow. They're bête noire.
But I know they will all sit on the bar and everything. Yes. And then I have to start screaming their name. So that if they're there, it will be nice and perfect. No, but even then it would have been very inconvenient.
So we just take a final swoop around this incredible San Mamés Stadium. It's got a special atmosphere, befitting of what will be a special game. Barca's chance to make history The first Spanish side to win the quadruple. It all goes down tomorrow here in Bilbao. 2023-2024 Women's Champions League final. And we'll have, it looks like a team photo ahead of this one, with all of the squad, as we said, almost a complete squad available. Something of a luxury for this injury-hit Barca side. It's coming together at just the right time. So we've had training, we've got the team photo. Barca on the cusp of making history. We'll find out if they can do that tomorrow at San Mamés in Bilbao against Olympique Lyonnais. It is the 2023-2024 Women's Champions League final. Barca looking to complete the quadruple, having won already the Supercopa, the League, and the Copa de la Reina. And we will be rooting for the Barca women as they take on one of their biggest games of the season